the colonial American slave masters used the Bible to keep their slaves in line. Therefore, the Bible is a tool of evil and not of good. The God of the Bible is evil, not loving. This will be a response to that as well. So without further ado, let's get on to the first part. So as we know, in colonial American slavery, it basically went like this. As I said before, several thousand slaves were kidnapped from their homes in Africa and brought across the Atlantic Ocean, where they were to serve as slaves for life. These slaves were often seen as subhuman, which is evidenced by the fact that the descendants of slaves were often considered subhuman, and it was illegal at a certain point in America for a descendant of an African slave to marry a white person. They were taken from their homes against their will, and they were subject to abuse, disease, and torture both on slave ships and on plantations, many of which died under these harsh conditions. Many were also raped. A lot of slave women were also raped in colonial America. And what's more, when a slave tried to escape, legislation such as the Fugitive Slave Act of 1850 prevented them from being able to fully escape, because if someone found them, they were obligated by law to return that slave back to his or her master. So, what I'm going to do now is show how the slavery in the Bible was completely unlike this. So, let's begin. The first part, the first couple of points that I mentioned, that essentially slavery in the colonial America was basically human trafficking for profit, and that those slaves were to remain slaves for life.